You're welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily, and just gone by was a conversation on the Ghana football, scandal that is rocking the FA, and with regard to Ashanti Gold and Inter Allies. Now we are also going to be talking about something that is very unfortunate, very worrying. Now, a young man, who is a student of the CCTU, that is Cape Coast Technical University, is in the grips of the police. Now he has been linked to a murder that occurred on campus. There's a level 300 marketing student who was found dead and his private part removed. Now this young man who is in the grips of the police is the boyfriend of the young lady who was found murdered. Now we have a report put together by our Central Regional correspondent Georgina Appiah on this very issue. Let's take a look. When we are done, we'll come back and have a conversation on this.
The gruesome murder of Nanama Clark, a level 300 marketing student of the Cape Coast Technical University, was a shock to residents of Ola in Cape Coast and the entire metropolis. The deceased was killed by unknown assailants who removed her vagina and dumped the body at Ola Estate in Cape Coast on Friday night, 13th May 2022. The nature of her death was, however, suspected to be a ritual murder, but the police are yet to confirm that, as they say investigations are ongoing. On Monday, the 16th of May, police arrested the boyfriend of the deceased, Nicholas Atobronk Taylor, who is a marketing officer of a company in Cape Coast, to assist in investigations. He was subsequently put before the Cape Coast District Court B and was remanded into police custody to reappear on 31st May 2022. The suspect was charged with the offense of murder and his plea was not taken. Meanwhile, some students of CCTU on Sunday night held a vigil in honor of their deceased schoolmate, Nana Ama Clark. Speaking to City News, the head of the marketing department at CCTU, Emmanuel Hosu, indicated that the vigil brought some comfort to the students.
The student community, they are definitely disturbed, very sad about the event on Friday. So the student body decided to organize the vigil. And being the HOD, I took part. I led the vigil just to comfort them. We're all grieving, and I think it was appropriate to do that. And last night happened to be what would have been her birthday. It was the right thing to do. It went well, and I think everybody went home, at least having mourned their friend. It brought some level of comfort. Yeah, that's what I can say about it. Honestly, we are on vacation, so most of them they've left. Those who attended the event last night, I'm sure most of them will be leaving for home. Obviously, there will be some level of fear. We've cautioned them to be careful. They should look out for each other.
On the same development, management of CCTU has called on the Ghana Police Service to expedite action on its investigation on the death of Nanama Clark and bring the perpetrators to book. In a statement copied to City News, the management of the university assured the public, especially students, that security at the university remains.
All right, so that's the report by our colleague Georgina in the Central Region. Now, our other colleague, Calvis Tete, also in the Central Region, is joining us, and I want to find out from Calvis. Calvis, good morning.
Good morning, Kweku.
Yes, how are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Kweku. Well, I'm fine, Kweku. I'm doing
okay,
great.
So what can you tell us, report to us of the mood basically within the community there on after the initial murder over the weekend and then now the arrest of the alleged boyfriend? Cabez.
Yellow Kweku.
Yes, so I was asking that, what can you report to us about the mood, the general mood that is there within the community after the initial murder and then the arrest of the alleged boyfriend?
Well, Kweku, I am currently at Ola Madina, the exact spot where the body of the 24-year-old student from the Cape Coast Technical University was killed and dumped. Interestingly, this portion of the area is just close to the Roman Catholic Church, and the body was dumped just in front of the Roman Catholic Church, Kweku. And I'm in this area to speak to some persons who came to see the body of the late student. As we speak now, persons in this area are actually sad that such an incident can happen here, one, and the fact that some people can be so cruel by killing a lady and removing the private part as well. You know, the persons, residents in this community tell me that such an incident has not happened before, and the fact that this incident has happened here makes it more deadly for them living here, Kweku. Wow.
And so where are we with the investigations? What's the latest update that you have as far as what the police are saying and all of that is concerned?
Yes, Kweku, you know, I've tried to get in touch with the police. As we speak now, no one has actually been informed about where the family members of the victim is. But we've got indication that the family members are actually in Elmina or Takrady, so we are yet to find out from that. At the scene here, you could see blood stains all over the portions of the road. It seems as though the body was dumped on the side of the road to create the impression that indeed the victim has been hit by a speeding vehicle. And you know, with similarities that has to do with speeding vehicle, at least you should see some parts of the body scattered all over. But this is an indication that the lady was not killed by a speeding vehicle, because the parts of the body were just put on one side of the road. You can see blood stains still around you can see blood stains just on the shoulders of the road. I don't know if you can get those blood stains. It's an indication that the body was just put across the shoulder of the road for a speeding vehicle to just run through it. But that didn't happen, and persons came around and then they saw what exactly happened. Persons here are actually sad that this thing has happened. Just beside me is also the gloves where the officers from the Ghana Police Service also used in conveying the body to the morgue. You can see the gloves here. The lady was put just close to this spot where you can see the gloves and some portions of blood stains around, Kweku. You know, it is sad to see such an incident in a public space.
Yeah, well, seeing the gloves there doesn't also speak very well of the Ghana police.
But how are we sure that these are the gloves, you know, by the police and probably not the persons who dumped the lady there?
Yes, I spoke to the assemblyman of the area, and he tells me these are the gloves that the officers from the Ghana Police Service wore, and they used it in conveying the body to the morgue. So the assemblyman was actually a witness to the incident, a witness to the police conveying the body. You know, I have with me here the assemblyman for the area who I will interact to help us understand the situation.
Okay, so Carlos, what I want to find out is that if it says these are the gloves, where is the morgue? And how come they would go to the morgue, convey the body there, and then drop the gloves here? I don't understand how that works.
Well, Kweku, you know, that is another question left to the police to answer. You know, the gloves just behind me, the police left them here according to the assemblyman because he saw them putting those gloves on. But after they left, after they conveyed the body to the morgue, the gloves have been left here. And they are more than 10. I could count as much as 10 of the hand gloves they used in conveying the body to the morgue. That is another question that is left to the police to answer, why they had to leave the...
Right, so let's
I have with me here the assemblyman for the area who would help us understand the issues well. Good morning, boss.
Fine morning, sir.
Then a bit to her.
Bra assembly see no. Namada. Nti medana metse kasa no we chechi gegegege chimetima trap down pu uncle swal asama to an uncle nya asam oya me wofase ono ogine uncle nya asam say the yo sekasi bi atwa da oye ifi asam nti no me sware pukunkum aba asama nti mo sware no na oka asam so me na won kasa dam imo ye banka ma menya yerba na mafa shed na mezi nechi na ye be nti ye be bodu eno be mambo mizi on ye ye be bodu eno no che dem body no style body order one if you style dem be na nipa more than 100 people no bia compose wokun ba unda assemble mo bia mo smo kan nti no nti me so me person what is believing no order man kasa no me bia no wo mo na me kom kohwe nti me bia no na mo kohwe na no ko da aze no on ya za call but on ya za wekun ankasa wokokun obebi na what na ba boto because a call but na on share skirt or trousers or whatever on shebi ne pants and under so on shebi na order wo mo na maba no mbodu amono na yipa no wona ntikeskese amene the brother ko about what's on here asem man also asem man na age ye be ne nyama yeso onye that I think the third or fourth car I wo botodo nti ono no be no na ma fujo wu ba no oy officer kaka no fire officer nti ono master carriage na phones no oyeyi o se so
phones na besia ne phone
no phone also so no ogbo nti okada menji na mso ye twa na police yeyi oba nti ne guda na ye twa na stadium efrefe police into my friend, a intelligent unit command, regional commander, ACP Prince, my friend, UCC command, no so Masahin, no so my friend when I was for me, Emma, patrol team son, Wababe. Into a good night, I doing the conversation manner, scrutiny, or electronic college scrutiny. No, Kada, what now also was actually a steps you over, you know, I wonder what nay. In what time I can't or bar, when I can't will slow down. Into sudden kaka light ni sound and light no off. Or call for some minutes, na light ni sun and shine. Also man a light ni sun call film. Into I done better 3 times and knows can't enough a be no effort.
And can what be selling to me.
Yes. Into one the Kali be a Kali when you do fort. So fort to sa a hen with this armor as embassy. In them the one wobbling about catch on the soil forter and one PM Bessie Rimu, Nanyami Adman apa, Wabo Abafa na was our call. Into what's one over some one touch no wicket and so into what's war with the likeness and also beam. War band with the last ones will be the second time beam. No change the kind way to know what down or Fakra, a you know one. Into all down one there can was in a beam. Now we do light him. Son and one will keep on coming, Into what band with the canoe, a cheap we move up a name kaka was not so light we move up a name kaka. No other word double 1 and 2. Into what about fee I come over to get him. When the can wait to boom with tall speed. No, be said, I can't feed the when your problem may have about one. No, all this speed, the mere. Now, the opinion can see what pay now would do. No, luckily for them, no, not car be rubber. It's kind of light in the true, you know. No, the BB the form of black, because I don't do ya ponchana, a bobine. No, what be so you're close to as a noon there, or yabwana, or yinipa, or the homo. No, started will raise alarm. Now, I want to argue there, Carlo Bono. Sakal bo impeding because no noise, no car brake because at that time no though I'm in a madden ubenya but na mami for way more hano one day me fu bebre wo hama one day obi ala ante noise biala obi ante hwe even boys no pine no noise bia and as a car no bo impa so a car na la na sabi oyi ne pants no na say whatever ocean no say skirt to say trousers whatever ocean no car na let me yin wo na so na nje beji phone please phone be no na egudu afrafra bread ogudu afrafra ante no wo frɛ no na chi police so we bodu nti sister studio wo be no wo se one sister nti adam na nyanga bi se no eyi guwan mpabo bi na we guwan na eka police funu yakrai no na still mpabo no gu omoma na bag na bakara wo yeso bag na ateto ma bag nda nche ma we go so de ho but obi a bi mo argue the car bon say obi a car bon na mpabo no we ye gu today bi anala we ye gu na abo ano so car boy pan ko dem pabo no split ana so don cho dey hu scene bi saving light no pa ambobo a at least odi hu ndati bi because me am you case me driver by profession into no nche bu hu bibia o che da yi car no obon but in nothing shows the car no obon hu dey kwana we kun no what ne ba bottle aha no kun no we kun what ne ba bottle what they ba hye in olafon what they asem o se dem no what they ba hye.
Okay, so basically what the assemblyman is saying is that there were some persons inside the Ola Training College who saw that vehicle, who saw there were security officers who saw a vehicle moving around that stretch last week Friday when the victim was killed. And that they had initially thought that it was just that the vehicle had developed some faults. So they decided to get closer to the vehicle to try and then help the vehicle. But suddenly they realized that the vehicle just sped off. and they didn't notice that the vehicle had dumped somebody there. So it was another speeding vehicle who got closer and saw that there's a body on the road. So he actually called for persons around, and then they came, and then they tried as much as possible to move the body to the shoulder of the road. This was just done to create the impression, according to the assemblyman, that the victim was hit by a speeding vehicle. But according to him, it is not so, because if someone has been hit by a speeding vehicle, you obviously see traces of the blood scattered all over the road, and the fact that her shoes will even be scattered across. But this was the situation where the shoes were packed just under a coconut tree, and the bag and the iPhone inside the bag was also packed just on the shoulder of the road, which creates an impression that it is not like that. I also have with me here another female person who also witnessed who came to see the body of the lady here. I would engage her and ask her how she feels as a female, seeing how such a gruesome murder has been meted out to a female.
Calvis.
Yes.
Calvis,
yes.
whilst we go on, please also find out exactly what time the eyewitnesses see the vehicle come to park there, the vehicle that was suspected to have developed a fault, and also how is lighting in the area like? In the evenings, how bright or how dark is the vicinity?
All right. Okay, so, madam, had the old one light what I'm going to do?
There be lighting, ya had a high sumpa system match and I own the Wabe street lights in ya, but also in Wamba had a high sumpa because Friday na as some no I'm the number of town America. In Timebana, bread a Sibija this side. About some the ways in a Wama Yejina was so one jina, and a Yejina. It's also car will be am the car will be my impacono call one Cassayan Pano. Yan car not a TV taxi. Into Otto and a light in a wonder, body beat the whole the way as on a wire no. Tina me shem. My uncle no ya assemblyman no. To me ya fast and a me coffee. Me when a me uncle wad the mubanabu uncle so yenya some. Also ya but some say I'm the car will be my impacune with the quan drive an engine now. No sorry no bantan eka like air barman did I'm a mere masham. No say impenewu. Na yes sorry ye be na drama bahade but I mean basana ko fe ne bianya ha brother bi pe no stop cars there body bi da hanti won to bana won fa no do tie be na drama bahanti one fire service guy bi na obasoso girl no phones there wo pede wo locate ebusuanfo no nti wo yi some ne fi phones no na wo started a war frefre ti me uncle ben no che there the way about the iron in fact oya tete aha ye sum
light nyiha anadubia
light nyaha de ha esumpa ebenya light afiti bakano ba hospital nanyen fiti hospital ba light nyaha very dark.
Calvis.
Yes.
Calvis, let's find out from her
roughly
what time she has it recorded that the incident took place.
Okay. Yanshe be time na ehun there.
8:30. I'm if it's town na 8:30 abo. Inti ba yam fan there 10. Me anka ya calls on the way na police for na ba no na ba 10.
Em fan there ba 8:30 na hu the body ne da ho.
Mbochinyo 8:30. Na me hu the body ne da ho.
Okay, na yenhwe aye besia ya ahwe me sema woda ye unyonko besia se bi oni besia we ye fi ho no. Otew den.
Fat na o ya tete. Oya tete pa mafada ma kwenja indo na menye munua no mbesiafo we sido menye wana akasa de si se wiazo no waye hu kakra bi ahwe betima ya oba ma won sa akwa no na ye mama ye nti na afefe zo do na private cars because yenyim bebi a wokuna wo bayi ne to ha de because aha ye sum ti masre o ma ye mpedwuma bi nye na ye nja ye chinchima na private cars fofo ombo anyen on boy no cry because Friday you bring ze no ya yem hihye oya tete mara na mo bohwe azunu mentimanda oya tete pa
na yenhwe bodin ebi bodin den ehu bodin den
yan amemeba no driver no throw na light no che dey o dey yan half day watso wa ben na no kruma ato fa na ekoso da fa ntina the way azunu ye no oya tete nti ye be no wankasa yimu de wetwa na vagina no wetwa akod ami mo hu mpo de am de wo yi no wum The man because the way what so I don't know, is very serious.
Calvis.
Very serious.
Calvis, can we find out from her the lady who is dead? Is she known in the area? Does she know her? The gentleman who has been arrested, who is the boyfriend, do they know him in the area as well?
All right. Bisia wekuni nyimno mantem hadi.
Impocha de bi men shada nyiman men share na da. Men hu na da. Because time mama Kenya me anko mpo bisa me dey oye hwana na se men nyiman men hu na da. Ansa na wore frame ebusuafo no wo fi Elmina na waaba me hu ne wahada me share no baby ada
na ne boyfriend no so was watch no so nyim no
pocho da bi me nyim bia
ne chere hwa bisia na ade wo ku no baby na wo ne ba hade
pocho nyo dem na ye hu because say obi aka agba na ankasa ebe hu de street no do car ne party bi betima but ye hu de mazo no na baby we ehwe wo yi no tui na I remember one day or that asana man kada can or but makada wokun.
Yes, so what's the conversation? What's the conversation now? You know, how do people in the area feel about this situation now?
Okay. Anti yenhwe mo mantem hade da masemi ode hu abram mo jinden. Mo mantem hade da masemi osi wo hade ode hu abram ode hu abamodo.
Hey, because I'm a day, me a hairdresser, me kotan, moko ejuma. Time be meeting me pon. But the master me sees in fact, what was 7 and pedum befi. Because I can't do you, baby, I bet me see. Nti oduhu abra ola kroma hade pa sisi aze. Oh my yadantam.
Yes, so what this lady is basically saying is that there are no street lights on this stretch at night, and it makes it dangerous for persons who use this stretch of the road. Yeah. It is dangerous in the sense that if you are walking at night, you only see vehicles moving, and it's only the light of the vehicles that can actually pave way for you. She's saying that as a lady, she's surprised that such a thing has been meted out to her fellow lady, and that has brought a lot of fear in persons living around this community. She also raised concerns to the fact that they have actually resorted to sleeping early in the night because you don't know who might be next. And the fact that the incident that happened is a staged one because the lady was not killed in this area. This is a very busy road going to Bacano, to Cape Coast Town. And that for some persons to kill somebody on this same stretch will be impossible because vehicles actually ply this road. So they are actually hoping that authorities would actually find the killers of this lady. And they also raised concerns to the fact that they need authorities to fix street lights on this stretch. There are no street lights here as we speak, Frema, and it is dangerous at night.
Now, Calvis, so I wanted to find out from the lady, actually, I don't know if she's still there, but the activities of scammers in the area, generally in the area, and then also central region. What's the conversation that's on the ground as far as scammers are concerned? People trying to take advantage of others, duping them, and all that. What's that like within the central region area?
All right. Yenhwe hade dama sakawa boys, cafe boys, hano otenwa wo habi.
Wo town pa, wo town. Yen road impose. Wo twom. Wo hapa because it's here wo tabaze. Wo hapa Cape Coast as wo hapa.
One lifestyle we move in and out, we drive a car she na dey.
Oh, cars we driver she but I mean me kwatown. Nti there mo one there one nyam there be but road you do mo one pa there. Wo twem pa one na ma speed what baba so wo bo wumpa. One ka son.
Oh you humam as mbesafo na mafraba what mantem hade.
Pa.
Boys one activities away.
But young fan there, I had a watch him. But there, one organize a party and I be where I had easy. I know the moon be that. But the road in animal there, watch him model.
Yes, Kweku, so what she's saying that the activities of cafe boys, and that although some of them are not living around this area, they normally use this stretch because this is like a small highway that connects to Ataba, connects to Bakano, and then to Cape Coast Town.
Yeah.
So the fact that there are cafe boys here, they can actually pinpoint some in this very community as we speak.
Right. Calvis, thank you very much for this.
Yeah, thank you very much for speaking to us.
very
Thank you for the updates. Well, I mean, for us, I think that our call, is to the authorities, the police, to expedite their investigations and as quickly as possible, get to the bottom of this. It's such an unfortunate happening,
Very, very, very troubling. Nobody hopes to lose their life this way, And for me, as a woman, looking at this, it's very dehumanizing. It's very humiliating.
Yeah.
Nobody would want their womanhood taken away from them, even in death. It's very, very sad, very unfortunate.
Yeah.
And one thing that we always also talk about, lighten up our streets, because if this is anything to go by, now this lady says that she was coming from town around 8:30, meaning that this happened before 8:30, and 8:30 is not that late for people to be able to perpetrate such heinous activity, and so I think that little things that we can also do to make our lives better, to make us feel safe, I think authorities really need to come through for us, because this is very, very unfortunate. This is very, very sad. I mean, to think of a young woman, going all the way in education to level 300.
Yeah.
She's just about beginning her life properly. And then you are met with this. So your family is home, your parents are home, and they'll be called in. And this is how they come to meet you.
Yeah.
Very, very unfortunate. I mean, whoever is involved in this, I think that the police should really do whatever it takes to bring the perpetrators to book.
Yeah, I think that, look, there's a couple of things that come to my mind when I think of this story. Of course, the conversation about people who unemployed, looking to take advantage of other people, ritual murder conversations, all those kinds of things have been, suggested and talked about as far as this case is concerned. I mean, for me, I think that the way we should look at it in terms of moving forward is being one another's keeper.
Absolutely.
Making sure that, because if you're walking in an isolated place where there's nobody around you, it's easy for something like this to happen.
Yeah.
But I think that nobody should be able to bundle somebody into a vehicle or, attack someone when you're close by and you keep quiet. And not raise alarm and scream and shout. But you see, sometimes people are like, you know what, they had weapons, I was afraid, or for my life.
I even think that we should be extra vigilant as a people, okay? Because sometimes you might not know what people are up to.
Yeah.
So, for instance, the eyewitnesses thought that the vehicle had developed a fault, and so they were waiting. They were actually even coming in to help. I think that moving on, we should all open our eyes properly, because if they had been able to identify the vehicle that dropped the lady there, it would have made the work of the police a bit easier. Sometimes you notice that people pass by you, you don't even remember the shirts they were wearing. You don't remember the shoes, the color of the whatever they were wearing, and sometimes when things like this happen, you remember that, yes, I saw somebody, but you can't say anything about it.
I'm sure there were many cars that passed by this particular car, which was, turning his lights on, turning his lights off, and so on. But of course, when you are driving, you are going your own way, so you won't pay attention to what's
wired to think like this. But I think that moving on, these are some of the things that would help all of us, because it could happen to anybody. It's very frightening. Anybody could be at risk. So let's be extra vigilant to help with such activities and investigations.
Yeah, anyway, well, we're going to take a short break. Don't go away.